Hey, this is James, fitness and sports instructor with PSP Kingston with another workout of the day installment. Quick reminder before we get started, if you think you pick up an injury or anything during this session or the other sessions, make sure you get it checked out with a medical professional. And if you're a CAF member, just make sure you fill out a CF98. So rolling into today's another installment in the Bodyweight series section. So today's is a high rep bodyweight 3 rounds for time piece. So we haven't done any really high rep stuff. So this one is going to be a little bit of a different flavor and a little bit of a challenge as we go through. So again, it's 3 rounds for time meaning that you're trying to go through as fast as you can to get the best possible time while still keeping movement quality high throughout. So we're gonna break down those rounds. So quickly, we'll just go through our movements. We have our air squat, pull up or chin up with the substitution of a single arm row, and push-ups. Those are our 3 movements we're gonna run through today. So each round is gonna consist of, starting with the air squat is gonna be done for 100 reps for each of those 3 rounds. 100 reps is a big number on the air squat. You might not be able to do that in one straight set. You might have to break it up into maybe 425s, 250s, something of that sort. But you're still trying to get those 100 reps in quickly, so those rests should be very short and run through. Now, if 100 reps on the air squat is a big number and you just don't think you're gonna be able to hit that, especially for those 3 rounds, that's fine. Hit a timer on this one and you're gonna go for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, as many reps as you can in that time frame. If you hit 100 reps under that 230 marker, just make sure you stop at 100, don't go past 100. The 230 would be if you don't quite hit that 100 marker. So 2 options there with our air squat prescription. Our pull-up or chin-up exercise, we're gonna go with 5 reps. So the pull-up or chin-up is actually a little bit easier today. Just the 5 reps. If 5 reps is super easy for you, maybe you can add some weight if you can, or do them very strict with a good tempo. But we're only going with 5 reps on that pull-up or chin-up as our next piece. Then we're going to push-ups. So the push-ups, we're doing a relative max piece. So the reps is gonna be 125% of your single set rep max. And on the first round in the first set, you're going to failure on that first one. So we'll talk about that in a sec. And then we're gonna go pull up or chin up for another 5 reps. So air squat, pull up or chin up, push-ups, pull up or chin up, those 4, that's 1 round. You're completing 3 rounds total. So just a quick run through on that push-up piece. So 125% of that single rep max, you're gonna use the rep max from the day of when you do the session to base that off of. So that first set, you're gonna go to failure, take a little bit of rest, and then you're gonna add 25% to that. So hypothetically, if you were to hit 40 reps as that one set, single max out, take a little bit of rest, you're gonna add 10. Then for the next 2 rounds, you're gonna stay with that same 125% number, that 50 reps in this hypothetical scenario. But you're probably not gonna be able to hit that 40 reps again on that first set, so you might have to break those next ones up. And again, because you're going for time for those next 2 rounds, break them up in whatever way you think is gonna be most efficient. So maybe it's 20-20-10, maybe it's 15-15, 10-10. So whatever works for you to get through that as fast as possible, get those 50 reps in and then move on. So this one requires a little bit of thinking, a little bit of math on the push-up exercise. With the push-up as well, if your single set max is known, or you assume that it's gonna be less than 15 reps doing single or a standard push-up, hands on the ground, at that point, we're gonna do elevated push-up, which we'll demo in a sec. So again, if it's less than 15 reps, do that elevated hand position so you can get in a few more reps and get a little better stimulus, because we wanna get some high reps on this session. So we're gonna just quickly go through sequentially with all of our exercises with the demo. So our first one we have is air squat. So again, air squat demo, feet roughly shoulder, hip width apart, find what's comfortable for you. Toes can be straight or pointed out a little bit. Most people find the pointed out to be comfortable, and that's fine, so long as when you squat, your knees are tracking over top of your feet. We're gonna go prisoner position, hands behind the head to keep the midline a little bit more engaged, a little bit more challenge on the midline in this position here. And from here, we're going into our squat, just a couple reps to demo. From the side. So again, with that air squat, keep that spine nice and long and straight, keep that chest up. When you're squatting down, try and push the hips back, but also down, so you keep that engagement of the quadricep as you go through. So there is a little bit of knee flexion involved here, so don't push back too far and let that chest cave forward. Try and squat down, use that knee flexion to allow that. That's our air squat demonstration there. Make sure you use your range of motion that works for you. So if your range of motion is a little bit limited, that's fine. Just use that range of motion. Don't push past it into weird positions. Just work on the mobility and get better with it over time. So our second movement, we're gonna do a quick demo on pull up or chin up. Pull up overhand grip, chin up underhand grip. Either is fine. So that was a quick demo on the pull up. Overhand grip. Hands should be roughly just outside of shoulder width. Kind of depends. Again, find it like a range that works for you. If chin ups work better for your setup or for your ability, that's fine. You can use chin up underhand grip. Key thing on the pull up or chin up, drive through the armpit area, use the upper back muscles, drive those elbows back and down. Helps to squeeze some of that upper back musculature a little bit more than just using the arms. So a little bit less focus on just trying to get that chin to the bar, focus on the right muscle engagement on this one. So that's our pull up or chin up demo. So we have the perfect setup here with our 4-poster, and we've got wall mounted. You might not have that at home. Work with what you have at home. So you might have to get a little bit creative. If you got a kid's playground, you can mount some handles or something to grab. That's great. Maybe you have a door frame in the basement that works. Maybe you have a door frame chin up bar. That's awesome too. Maybe an I-beam in your basement. Something where you can get a good solid grip and just make sure that it's nice and sturdy and strong. So we don't want to be breaking anything necessarily or falling halfway through. So give it a couple reps just to see how it feels. If you don't have your pull-up or chin-up station at home, that's fine. A lot of people won't. And if you're not able to do your pull-up or chin-up just because of physical ability, also fine. It's a very challenging exercise, so that's totally fine. Our sub-exercise on this one, single arm row. So we got a sandbag here. Easy at-home sandbag, duffel bag, throw some weight in it. Rocks, kids' play sand would be a great option. Water bottle, something just to add some load to it. And just make sure you got a handle piece with a duffel bag or a backpack or something of that sort. Another option would be an 18-liter water jug. Just a little FYI, an 18-liter water jug full weighs roughly 45 pounds. So if you have one of those kicking around at home, that's another good option to use for your single arm row. If you are gonna weigh something or load something up, just make sure you maybe have an idea of the weights, throw it on a scale if you have a bathroom scale at home, just so you have a good idea of what you're rowing. So quick demo on our single arm row, split stance, drop the chest down, keep the spine nice and straight and flat, pivoting off that front foot. And from here, driving that elbow up and back, bringing that hand into the rib cage. And then you perform same thing on the other side. So again, if your option is the single arm row, find something at home you can use for that exercise. Key thing on the single arm row is just make sure that the weight you're using is challenging enough. We're only going for 5 reps per side on this one. We're gonna stay with the same rep range as the pull up or chin up. So make sure it's got some load that you're gonna be challenged with that exercise. So our last exercise we're gonna run through for demonstration purposes is our push up. So quick demo on the standard push up here. So we got our hands roughly shoulder width or just a little bit wider. Again, find what works for you. Key thing, keep those elbows tucked in a little bit. Don't let them splay out too far, a little healthier on the shoulders. Keep that midline nice and engaged so you're moving as one piece. Don't let the hips come at a different piece or anything like that. So moving as one unit as you go through. And try and get good range of motion. So try and get that chest all the way to the floor if you can. And then nice full extension at the top with the elbow on each and every rep. Make all those reps count. So that's our pull-up, or that's our push-up demonstration. Again, what we talked about before, if for this session, you're less than 15 on that one single max out set, we'll do our hand elevated option, our incline push-up. So quick demonstration. So you just need a set of stairs, a chair, a side table, something of that sort. Should be roughly like 16 to 20 inches tall. The higher it is, the easier it's gonna be. The lower it is, the more challenging it's gonna be. So find what works for you. And it's just having those hands above the feet. But same provisions as we had, same hand position, same thing about tucking the elbows in, and same thing about making sure that you're moving as one piece as you go through. Just that hand elevated position is just gonna let you get more reps. And again, we're trying to get that high rep out on this day here. So doing that hand elevated to get those extra reps in is a great idea. And with this one, you can gradually work your way down with some of the other body weight sessions so you get to that standard push-up position and build the reps up from there. So that goes through our demos. So again, we've got this very high rep 3 rounds per time piece today. Just a quick run through again, 100 reps on your air squat or a 230 max rep, 5 reps, chin up or pull up or single arm row, and then you got that 125% of your single rep max on the push up, and then another set of your pull up or chin ups for 5 reps or your single arm row. So again, it's rounds per time. Try and get through as fast as you can, push that pace, keep those rests to a minimum. But because we got those high reps, this is gonna be a very challenging session, so keep that in mind. If you have any questions or concerns or anything you want to clear up, you can let us know through all of our social media channels. Just a quick reminder, you can like and follow those. We've got PSP Kingston Instagram, PSP Kingston Facebook, as well as the PSP Kingston YouTube page, where you're going to find all of the exercise libraries for all the sessions as you go through. So give us a like or follow on all those channels. Comments or questions or concerns, you can let us know in all those comment sections. For a detailed description of this particular session, look at the description right underneath of the video page. And best of luck with this session today.
PSP Kingston, the health and wellness provider for the military community.